Welcome to Millionaire Coin Finds, where pocket change turns into a fortune. Money bag. If you love rare coins, shocking values, and unbelievable finds, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and see which coins could make you rich today. Magnifying glass tilted left sparkles.
Hello my friends, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today I'm bringing you something that will absolutely shock you, a coin that most people overlook, but in the right condition it could turn into a life-changing treasure. We are talking about the American Kennedy half dollar from the year 2000, struck in a proof set. At first glance it looks like just another half dollar. People might think it's just 50 cents, worth next to nothing. But let me tell you, this coin, when it's flawless, can bring you an unbelievable six-figure fortune. And yes, I'll reveal exactly how much this coin can be worth by the end of this video, so make sure you watch all the way through. Let's rewind to the year 2000. America was entering a brand new millennium, a moment filled with excitement, change, and anticipation. The United States Mint continued its tradition of producing high-quality proof sets for collectors. Proof coins are not ordinary coins, they're struck multiple times using specially polished dies, creating mirror-like fields and razor-sharp frosted designs. They aren't made for spending at the grocery store. They're made as collector's pieces, true works of art struck in copper, nickel, and sometimes silver for special editions. Now, the Kennedy half dollar itself is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. First introduced in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination, the design has remained one of the most beloved and recognizable in American coinage. On the obverse, you see the bold profile of John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, a symbol of leadership, hope, and inspiration. The details on a proof coin from the year 2000 are sharp, every strand of hair, every curve in his profile, and the date gleaming below with an S mint mark for San Francisco, where these proofs were struck. Flip the coin to the reverse side and you're greeted with the majestic presidential seal, an eagle with outstretched wings, a shield, arrows, and an olive branch surrounded by 50 stars. The level of detail on a proof half dollar is nothing short of stunning. The frosted eagle against the deep mirror background creates a contrast that collectors crave. It's more than just money, it's American history struck in metal. But what makes the year 2000 proof Kennedy half dollar stand out from the rest? It's the rarity of finding one in absolutely perfect condition. Proof coins are delicate, and even though they were never meant for circulation, many have been mishandled, exposed to the elements, or developed tiny spots and imperfections over time. To command the highest values, a coin must grade at PR 69 or the ultimate PR 70 by top grading services like PCGS or NGC. At this level, the coin is essentially flawless, a perfect strike, perfect surfaces, no scratches, no haze, no fingerprints. These are the examples that collectors fight over. And then there are the special varieties. Some proof coins display cameo or deep cameo contrasts, where Kennedy's portrait looks frosty and stands out dramatically against the jet black mirrored field. These deep cameo examples are the holy grail for collectors. Add in the possibility of minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws, and suddenly a coin that was already rare and desirable becomes one of a kind. Coin collectors in the United States know that modern proof coins, especially the Kennedy half dollar, hold a powerful legacy. They connect the modern era with the golden tradition of U.S. coinage. The year 2000 may feel recent, but flawless proof coins from this year are already becoming harder to find. Many proof sets have been broken apart, mishandled, or tarnished, which means surviving examples in pristine, untouched condition are getting scarcer every single year. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. If you happen to own a 2000 American Kennedy half dollar from a proof set in absolutely flawless, uncirculated condition, or with a rare deep cameo finish, or even better, a minting error, your coin could be worth an astonishing $112,000 to $168,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single half dollar, something most people wouldn't even notice in a drawer or collection, could be worth more than a brand new luxury car, more than a year's salary, even more than some homes. This is the magic of coin collecting. You never know when a small piece of metal could hold a life-changing fortune. So here's my advice: check your proof sets. Don't let that 2000 Kennedy half dollar go unnoticed. Examine it carefully, and if it looks flawless, consider having it graded by a professional service. Who knows, you might be sitting on a treasure you never imagined. That's the power of numismatics, and that's why we love the hunt. What looks ordinary to some could be extraordinary to the right collector. So take another look at your coins, because you never know, you might be holding history and a fortune in the palm of your hand. Today, I'm about to show you something that might blow your mind, a coin most people think is ordinary, but in reality it has the power to change your life. We're talking about the American Kennedy half dollar from the year 1972, struck in a proof set. At first glance, it looks like a simple half-dollar worth 50 cents, maybe just a piece sitting quietly in an old proof set. But the truth is, this coin, when found in the right condition, can be worth a six-figure fortune that will leave you speechless. And yes, I'll tell you exactly how much this coin can be worth before we end this video, so don't miss a second. Now let's take a trip back to 1972. The United States was in the middle of the Cold War, the Vietnam War was still ongoing, and American culture was shifting rapidly with music, sports, and politics making headlines. But for coin collectors, the U.S. Mint in San Francisco was producing some of the most beautiful proof coins of the modern era. Proof coins are not regular coins. They're made with polished dies struck multiple times and designed to have mirror-like backgrounds with frosted, razor-sharp designs. These coins were not made to circulate in the economy, they were made especially for collectors who demanded perfection. The Kennedy half-dollar itself has one of the most powerful stories in American coinage. First introduced in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination, it instantly became a beloved symbol of American pride and remembrance. On the obverse, you see the iconic portrait of John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. His strong profile represents leadership, inspiration, and the hope of a new generation. Every detail of this proof coin shines, his hair, his profile, the inscriptions, all standing out with perfect clarity. Flip the coin over and you'll find the reverse designed by Frank Gasparro, featuring the bold presidential seal, an eagle with wings spread wide, carrying arrows and an olive branch surrounded by 50 stars. On a proof coin, the detail is breathtaking. The frosted eagle against the jet black mirrored background makes this coin feel more like a piece of art than money. It is one of the most patriotic and recognizable designs in American history. But here, where things get truly exciting. Not all proof Kennedy half-dollars from 1972 are the same. Some of them were struck with an exceptional cameo or deep cameo finish, where Kennedy's frosted portrait looks like it's floating above the mirror surface. These cameo and deep cameo examples are rare and highly sought after. And then you have minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, unusual planchet mistakes, each one turning a collector coin into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Condition is the key to value. A proof coin that has survived untouched, with no scratches, no fingerprints, no haze, can be graded PR69 or even the perfect PR70 by top grading companies like PCGS and NGC. Coins in this perfect condition are the ones that collectors and investors fight over at auctions. Most proof coins from 1972 have tiny flaws because they've been mishandled over time, but the few that survive in flawless state can command staggering prices. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the money. If you have an American Kennedy half-dollar from 1972, taken from a proof set in perfect condition, or even better, one with a rare deep cameo or minting error, your coin could be worth an incredible $115,000 to $155,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A 50-cent piece, something that was never intended to be used as regular money, could be worth over $150,000 today. That's more than a luxury car, more than many people's yearly salary, and in some cases more than the cost of a home. And it's all locked inside a single coin. So don't ignore those proof sets sitting in drawers, boxes, or safes. Take them out, examine your 1972 Kennedy half-dollar carefully, and if it looks flawless, get it graded. You might be holding on to a coin that could completely transform your financial future. That's the thrill of coin collecting. Ordinary coins can hide extraordinary treasures. A little copper-nickel disc from 1972 might just turn out to be the jackpot you never knew you had. We're diving deep into a coin that so many people have forgotten about, yet collectors in the United States are desperately searching for it. I'm talking about the American Kennedy half-dollar from the year 1986, struck in a proof set. This isn't just another 50-cent piece. It's a piece of history, a collector's dream, and in the right condition, it could be worth a staggering six-figure fortune. Stay with me until the very end, because I'm going to tell you exactly how much the most perfect examples of this coin have been valued at, and trust me, you won't believe it. Let's rewind to the year 1986. The Statue of Liberty celebrated its 100th anniversary. Ronald Reagan was the President of the United States, and in the world of numismatics, the San Francisco Mint was busy creating proof coins that were nothing short of spectacular. Proof coins are not meant for circulation like the coins you find in your pocket. Instead, they are carefully struck multiple times using polished dies, giving them a mirror-like finish with frosted designs that stand out like fine jewelry. These coins are pure eye candy for collectors, and the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar proof is a shining example of this craftsmanship. On the obverse of this coin, you'll see the bold and timeless portrait of John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Every strand of his hair, every curve of his face is carved in stunning detail. The S mint mark beneath the date tells you it was made in San Francisco, the home of America's greatest proof coin production. Flip the coin over and you'll find the majestic presidential seal created by Frank Gasparro, an eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by 50 stars. On a proof strike, the eagle appears frosted, while the background reflects like a black mirror. It's one of the most patriotic designs in American coin history, and in proof form, it's breathtaking. Now here, where it gets even more interesting. Not every proof coin is the same. Some 1986 Kennedy half-dollar proofs have what collectors call a cameo or deep cameo contrast, where Kennedy's frosted portrait jumps out against the dark mirror surface. These are scarcer, more eye-catching, and therefore more valuable. Even more valuable are those rare mistakes, minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws. Instead of being defects, these errors turn coins into one-of-a-kind rarities that collectors will pay enormous amounts to own. But what really determines value is condition. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC look for perfection. Coins graded PR69 and the ultimate PR70 are the holy grail for collectors. These grades mean the coin is flawless, no scratches, no haze, no spots, no imperfections. Out of thousands of coins struck, only a tiny handful survive at this level, which is why the prices skyrocket when one appears at auction. And here comes the part you've been waiting for: the money. If you are lucky enough to own an American Kennedy half-dollar from 1986, taken straight from a proof set and kept in absolutely pristine condition, or if you happen to have a deep cameo or an ultra-rare minting error, your coin could be worth an unbelievable $119,000 to $175,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that started as just 50 cents, struck almost 40 years ago, could now be worth more than $170,000. That's more than a luxury car, more than a year's salary for most people, and in some cases enough to put a down payment on a dream home. And all of that wealth could be sitting in a proof set tucked away in a drawer, attic, or safe deposit box without you even realizing it. This is why coin collecting in the US is so thrilling. You never know when you're holding onto a jackpot. The Kennedy half-dollar has always been a favorite among collectors, not only because of its design and historical significance, but because certain years like 1986 hide incredible value in plain sight. So go check your proof sets, especially the 1986 editions. Look closely at your Kennedy half-dollar. If it shines like a mirror, shows deep cameo contrast, and has absolutely no flaws, you may be staring at a small fortune. Don't leave it sitting ungraded, get it checked, because you could be holding one of the most valuable modern American coins ever struck.